Welcome to R.A.I.N. This is part 5 of my Violations to the Constitution video series. I left off with reading from congressional records, 76 Congress, where they talked about overthrowing the republic and forming a semi-democracy, and then also talked about becoming a colony of the British Empire, and the treasury being placed under the domination of the Bank of England. Yep, I have that all contained in my book, Who Are You? Knowing Your Ancestors. I also talked about the Clearfield Doctrine, which it says basically that any government entity that uses the Federal Reserve note, they are no longer a government entity, they are just a private citizen, basically. And they could be sued, they could be, in all types of things can be done as if they were a private citizen, just because they're using the Federal Reserve notes. No longer using gold and silver coin. Remember, United States sovereignty was dissolved 1933 when it was declared bankrupt, and they abrogated the gold clause. Remember, look that up. Let's see, Emergency Banking Act and the House Joint Resolution 192. All right. I would like to talk about something called the International Organization Immunities Act, December 9th, 1945. It relinquishes all public offices of the United States to the United Nations. That is the International Organization Immunities Act, December 9th, 1945. Yes, research that for yourself. Again, it relinquishes all public offices of the United States to the United Nations. All right? So all these politicians, they're actually United Nations workers. Okay? It's something else for you to research. Title 8, Section 1481 of the United States Code states that any person that takes an oath of office under the government of a foreign state loses his or her nationality. All right? That's Title 8, Section 1481 of the United States Code. That's important because I already told you that these all the offices are now United Nations. And here's a law case that I mentioned in other videos. United States is a foreign European corporation conducting trade and commerce in foreign lands. That is U.S. versus Perkins, 163 U.S. 625. All right. But that's what I wanted to cover in part 5 of this video series. I'm sure if you do some research on your own, you'll come up with a lot more violations that these colonizers have done to our ancestral document known as the Constitution for the United States of America, which was ratified 1789. I mean, when you come into this information and you relate you relate what you've learned to the problems that you see today, it makes you feel a certain way. I know it made me feel a certain way. And you've been lied to for so many years, and then you come upon this truth and you look it up and you see it for yourself in congressional records. I mean, it cannot be changed. Only if there's like some sort of error, but other than that, it cannot be changed. And you come to this truth. I mean, yeah, it makes you feel a certain way. But don't resort to any violence or anything. Don't go running around punching colonizers in their face just for living. Don't do that. Don't do that. And don't be don't go out there and start screaming on them. Talking about they violated their Constitution. Don't do that either, because most of these colonizers, they don't know what you're talking about. It's the people that are actually in government. They know this history. They know that this land belongs to us. They know that we are the actual true Aboriginal people of the land. They know that we're not Negroes, we're not blacks, we're not colored, we're not African American, we're not Indians, we're Moors. They know that. They know that this land is Moroccan Empire, the heartland of it. They know about the Treaty of Peace of Friendship between the United States of America and the Empire of Morocco, 1836. They know the history. They know that the United States of America government is here on a grant, because the treaty itself bears the semblance of a grant, and that comes from the consul James Lee back in 1836. I mean, he was qualified to be consul at that time, and he said that the treaty itself bears the form of a grant. And you look up the word grant in Black's Law Dictionary, and it basically says that it is permission to settle, permission to survey a land. That's basically what it says. Also, for the new people, the United States of America had to pay $20,000 for the treaty. This was the first treaty back in 1787. It was titled the Treaty of Peace of Friendship between the United States of America and the Sultan of Morocco. All right? That was 1787. 50 years later, it was superseded by the Treaty of Peace of Friendship between the United States of America and the Empire of Morocco. All right? But they had to pay $20,000 for that first treaty in order to secure it. And if you check back in my video series, Treaty of Peace of Friendship, you will also learn that George Washington sent a letter to the Sultan of Morocco apologizing for late payments and thanking the Sultan for being an attachment to the empire, for the United States of America being an attachment to the empire. Yeah, they were attached, all right. They were on the land of the empire. That's as much attachment as you can get. But yeah, that concludes part 5 of this video series. On that note, I would like to thank you for clicking on this video, and I bid you peace.